Alright guys, welcome back to Legends of Evil, and I'm going to be talking about a Star Wars villain that I've been waiting to talk about for a long time. And that villain is, of course, as you can see right here, Asajj Ventress. Now, Ventress has a very long history, and I'm going to try to cover as much as I can in this short time that I have. So, I'm going to talk about her time in Clone Wars, and I'm going to talk about her time in the Gennady series as well, the 2D one. Then I'll talk about the 3D one, and I'll try to delve into her Dark Horse comic stuff because it's all very different. So let's talk a bit about Asajj Ventress herself. Now, Asajj Ventress originally was supposed to be called Juno Eclipse, but the guys at LucasArts were like, that's not evil enough. And then that name got recycled to be used as another character in Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, kind of like how it was the Starkiller name. So they were trying to pan around and see, oh, okay, what's a cool villain name? And then we got Asajj, which is actually a reference to a character from Akira Kurosawa's famous samurai film, Throne of Blood, which is a Japanese samurai version of the story of Macbeth. And Asajj was the character who, well, Asajj, it's called Asajj, but Asajj was the Lady Macbeth of that movie. Yeah, excuse me. So yeah, learn something new every day. I didn't know that until actually just now. Anyway, so let's talk about her Clone Wars entrance first, the Micro series. So Count Dooku arrived on the planet Ratatak. Yeah, I can't pronounce the name of the planet, so anyway, he goes to this gladiatorial match and finds Ventress in this gladiator pit fighting her way through all these monsters, and then she said, then she proclaims that she's Sith, and Dooku's like, yeah, whatever, bitch, you're not Sith. And she wanted to prove herself. Asajj wanted to prove herself to Dooku, and she wanted to be part of the Sith, but, you know, the whole rule of two thing. But however, Dooku did think that, oh, well, she's not really Sith, but, you know, she can still be of use to me. So he sent her on a mission to kill Anakin Skywalker, which turned into one of the most coolest lightsaber in animation fights ever, and it kind of, in that continuity, was like the first step into his way into the dark side. So, anyway, so there was that. She fell to her death. Also, I believe it was Grey Delisle who voiced her in that episode, in that miniseries. And then, fast forward to Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is, in that series, she helps Count Dooku kidnap to plot Jabba the Hutt's son, and from there she fights Skywalker and his apprentice Ahsoka Tano, and as well as and later battles Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, in the Star Wars: The Clone Wars series, she was a lot more conniving. She had a lot more character to her. I love the Micro series, but she doesn't really show up a lot other than be like, I'm evil and I'm going to kill you. Which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the Star Wars: The Clone Wars Micro series, which was just fucking badass to no end. However, like I said, she didn't really have a lot of character there. And in here, we see a lot more of her. Also, here's a fun fact. In this series, the voice actress for Asajj Ventress is the same woman who did the voice of Olga in Hey Arnold, and also Scootaloo in MLP. Doesn't that blow your mind? I didn't know this till like a month ago. I love it when you look at, at it. I was just mulling through that voice actress because I was just like, she sounds familiar. I wonder what else she's been in since, Hey Arnold. And I looked through it and I was like, she was Ventress? What? Doesn't it just blow your mind when you look at, voice actor or voice actress's work and just be like, they voiced that character? Whoa. And then you go back and you can hear it now. It's kind of like when I looked through Vic Mignogna's work and I saw that one of his credits was doing the voice for Broly in Dragon Ball Z. I'm getting off topic, I'm sorry. So, mostly, in the series of Clone Wars, she was meant to be like the hand of Dooku, and she also later became like the Starscream of the Sith Empire. She also went rogue as a bounty hunter. She was also part of the Nightsisters, which were a group of female Sith users, who were basically female Sith, and they're also of the same race. The female species of the same race as like Savage Opress and Darth Maul. So from there, she basically abandoned the Sith after her assassination plot horribly failed, and from then on, she decided to become a bounty hunter, and yeah, didn't work so well. But I do like that in her character, where was I going with this? I'm sorry, my brain just stopped. In here, she was conniving, she was very manipulative, she was also very skilled, for being someone so very young. She had a lot of power inside of her. She had some major strength and just raw power within her. There were even times where she actually could hold her own against General Grievous, and she actually, with Savage's help, tried to assassinate Dooku and even Sidious. So, take that as you will. She is a deadly warrior. And like all Sith, she carries the Sith. She also Sith sabers. I almost said that. Oh my God! She carries lightsabers that are the same version as Dooku's. They have that curved handle that gives them a little more control. She's also a user of the Force. She can even generate Force lightning, and she's also very nimble. She's very flexible, and mix that with the Force. The power of the Force. She can easily use her agility to a whole new level. In that regard, so gotta keep that in mind, that she can easily use her agility and then, make that even stronger, make her even faster and more agile with adding the Force. Like, she could easily, Force jump higher than some of the Jedi in some episodes we saw. So there is that. Now, she did fight a lot with Ahsoka and Anakin, but it kind of felt at most points that she was more of an enemy for Obi-Wan to fight. In the Dark Horse comics, she was responsible for a lot of the pain and suffering for Obi-Wan. She had some major hate for Obi-Wan, but in the end, it was always Anakin that was kind of her opponent. But anyway, she was also she did, of course, die in all forms, because obviously she can't be around for Revenge of the Sith, for obvious reasons. And yeah, I mean, I think in Clone Wars, though, I think they kept her alive. She went into hiding, I believe, and became leader of the Nightsisters. I could be wrong on that regard. I need to rewatch all of the Clone Wars now that it's all collected on Netflix, and they did the 6th season on there. Anyway, so yeah, I know this was a short vid, but as always with these videos, when I do the Legends of Evil, these are just meant to give out cliff notes and stuff like that. That's pretty much all they are, is just fun little cliff notes for all these different villains and whatnot. And yeah, this is the second time in a row I've used a female villain. The other one before this was Demona. So yeah, and also I wanted to do another Star Wars villain because of all the Star Wars news that came out. So I was like, who should I do next? I know, Asajj Ventress. I haven't talked about that one, and I'm pretty sure I've got a lot to talk about with that. So here we are. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later.